Welcome to Bitcoin Spike. This is London. Let's go through the details. We had quite a pour down yesterday, as you guys know. Big pour down on BTC. Let out some news, or what do I say, some videos, etc. But this specific drop, very important because I identified the possibility thereof. As you guys look at Twitter, I do place things on Twitter. Look at this level of support to support resistance, cross trend line, right at that level. Guys, just to let you know, I did state in that tweet, I asked you guys, I was like, is it a good time for a take at the cross trend line? Prior support to resistance. Okay, so in terms of that, exciting because, guys, I don't know that anyone else even fashioned the notion that we weren't continuing to go up. So congratulations to anybody who received that message and acted on it. This is London. And you know, former financial professional, but not financial advice. And I try and bring you guys the very best in terms of TA. Luke in the house. Luke, what's going on, my brother? What's going on? VIP all the way. What is up? VIP is our top level of membership. Luke is one of our top dogs, if not the top dog. What do you think, Luke? Without a doubt. And it's nice to have you here tonight with us. We'll go through a few details. I'm going to put some things in the chat for Luke just to say what's up, what's up, what's up. Big cross trend line, huh? Nobody was looking at it. I even have to look back. What time frame was this in? Just so I can look here. It was on the 4-hour time frame. There we go. Just have to really hunt these things down, guys. It's not intuitive whatsoever in terms of the action framework that we were into. Like, you really have to pay attention to the different time frames. It becomes very complex when you look into like a support, resistance, right? And we got a lot of negative pressure. Congratulations to the VIP who decided to trade. I did a short here in, had some choppy weather down towards the bottom. Thought we might get a reversal, didn't. But I know a lot of trades were going on with VIP. What did I say? One triple digit was that 150%. A nice short. I think some people are in position right now, whether long or short, depending upon where you're fashioned or where you're. I'd say where you're geared, guys. You can have both a long and a short. You can hedge it if you want to. Not a lot of that talk in and around on average, I'd say, approaches to the market. But as I would look at this overall, I have some important news. And I'll just say for VIP, I hope you guys are doing well. What I would state is the following. Looking at the channel framework, let's look at this real quickly, just to bring you guys some quality technicals, because I know it's an exciting time for Bitcoin, right? It's an exciting time when we go down, we get more value. We're still not on the 50%, all right? The 50% retracement, we still haven't hit that, all right? That's important for us to know. 34.5, essentially 34,500. To the extent that that's going to be a natural pickup, we have not retouched that 50% retracement. Now, we have the lower levels, granted. Top level resistance, interesting, the notion that we're going to, let me pull this down for a moment in terms of the Fibonacci's. The notion that we would continue this upward trend here, okay? If you pull the parallel channel tool out on the daily, this is some information, okay? If it becomes, I'd say that I'm going to provide you with some information. If it becomes profitable, that may be up to you. You guys need to apply and process the information. In terms of the top level, if I go ahead and use the magnet tool here between the top two pivots on BTC daily, I can draw that specific channel down. Bam. I get quite the consistent level of support and parallel function that is still intact. And please pay attention to this. 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits that are all perfectly uniform. Do this on your daily. It's a very interesting parallel channel that's still perfectly intact. And I just think that's very important as we would gauge this specific. And it's very interesting, guys. This is, we're in another fractal, right? We have another micro within a micro. It's just very interesting. Let's look at the, let me pull up another parallel channel. But just the distinctness of this channel literally is the fact that the parallel channel function draws down perfectly to 1, 2, 3 hits that are still perfectly intact. So I want you to at least have that trend channel. I want you to have that. That's going to be a big, I think it's going to be a psychological level for the traders, the technical traders who are really paying attention to the market. Now, for other people, they, maybe I don't think they'll never get there. It's maybe kind of like this specific buy it, support, sell it, resistance, right? This pattern framework of the cross trend, like, don't bulldoze into a line of a cross trend line. Like you can, you wanna buy it support and sell it resistance. You could try it, but what I'd say is we try and stay ahead of the curve here, guys. We just do. And in terms of last night it was just choppy, huh? That bull flag, and you notice I wasn't just like in an all-in mood. It's just like this thing just you know, if you didn't get to trade, don't worry about it. Just relax. You know, look for something that you like. Period. Now let's draw this up. Level of Here we go, guys. This is going to be a secondary. Let me go ahead and adjust this. I'm just going to explore some technicals tonight with you guys and enjoy VIP. That's a big thing about what I stated last night. I want to shout out to everybody. And let me know in the chats that you guys are here. Appreciate that, Luke. Shout out, man. I appreciate that a lot. Appreciate you you shouting out and saying what's up. And, you know, we're going to start doing some VIP-only streams. I want to let you know, Luke, just VIP, period. No replay for the public, nothing. Literally, it's going to be just a hot link for all of the VIP. And for people who aren't VIP, they won't have access to any of it. They won't be able to review any of it. And it'll just be for us in VIP. I'm going to start doing that. We'll see with what frequency, but I'm going to start doing that more frequently. And just cut the dry tapes, like just so that you know kind of the progress of the channel, etc. And I want to make that exclusive. I want to know who's in our stream. I want to know who is active and who's taking advantage of the information, who's contributing to the back. It's important for me in 2022. What are we building? We're building a good team, good trade team. So Luke, I'm glad that you're here and we get to discuss that today. Boom. That's just more of what I want to build on VIP. Not no freeloaders. I just don't want to freeload. I don't want to sponsor freeloaders. That's not it. That's not in the book. And for people who were learning, right, that's fine. But for people who know better, I don't want freeloaders around here. We want quality VIP traders who are respectful in terms of their interaction in the community, et cetera, et cetera. Pardon me. In terms of I've reversed this, okay? Now I've inverted the chart just to give us a perspective, okay? Just look at this bull flag. Boom. We're excited, right? We love this bull flag. What do we have? Level of resistance right above. Okay, if we were to look at that. Now, I flip it, of course, it's a bear flag. But in order for us to get the proper perspective, looking at this, in order for us to get the proper perspective, level of resistance carries up perfectly from this specific level. I'm just going to talk about this straight. Level of support carried up to resistance. Okay, just to analyze this, guys. The dynamics aren't going to change, and if they do, to the extent they do, we will discuss them. Okay, so the support line carry up perfectly from, and guys, snap it to grid. Boom, perfect carry up. All right, bam. 1, 2, 3 hits, perfect on the parallel channel. 1, 2 hits, perfect on the parallel channel. So we also have this interior function, right, with just a perfect, guys. If you do this, you'll see a very nice establishment of a parallel channel here. I'll say a parallel channel is highly indicated to give us that bull flag feature. Now, as I look at this, I have to be honest about it with you, and we have a few issues ongoing right now. First of all, in terms of this, the shot to the upside wasn't necessarily that helpful, okay? In terms of the overall technicals, okay? I'm just going to say it wasn't necessarily all that helpful, okay? In terms of the pattern structure that was created, one of the key features that we've been trading, aside from that issue, and aside from the fact that we still have not completed bottom line support carried down from the macro daily to the bottom side channel, okay? We still have not reached that level of support yet. So to me, that's relevant because orders should be stacked along this line. Okay, it's a huge technical level. It just is, guys. It's a huge technical level. It's going to vary as we were to go up, okay? As we were to go up this sloping line, we would have some variability, but that 35,124 or so. Now, on some exchanges, you probably hit that. I know on L Bank that you guys hit some levels that weren't achievable. If you were shorting, you hit levels on L Bank. Did you guys know that you couldn't achieve on your other exchanges down in the $35,000 range, well down in 35 early, guys? If you know that, L Bank did well on pricing for shorts. Not sure that you guys shorted or what you did today. Like I said, that 150% was one of my trades today. Got a few cooking right now. In terms of this specific formation here, let's just talk about this formation, okay? In terms of the 4-hourly, okay, level of resistance across the top, okay, we have that. in terms of the feature of the candle wicks, problematic. Anyone who's looked at those candle wicks, if you've really looked at the candle wicks on this, and if you really did if you really looked at what you were looking at, guys, this tweet made a little bit of sense, right? In terms of we're at a level of resistance, right? In fact, we were at a level of resistance cross trend that was also demonstrated as an attempt to get back up over support. So we were trapped in this specific area on the candle wicks. Very interesting. Explore the candle wicks. I always tell you guys, 2022, you got to go to the candle wicks, right? Very interesting. And just a nice trajectory to the downside. You have to say, if anyone got liquidated, well, what are you going to do, guys? You got a flat tire. You got to go fix it, or you got to get a new tire. You're gonna make it, guys. You're gonna make it. In terms of that, I've been telling you guys also the Rolex challenge, right? 100 rounds. Make sure you got 100 rounds in you. You're not going to hear that anywhere. And if you guys are done, I haven't heard one person say, I'm done with the 100 rounds yet. So you guys should still be in it. I'll just tell you, you should still be in it. And sorry if you didn't catch a big enough short, but at the right compounded levels of returns, it gets interesting, guys. I'll tell you that. In terms of your ability to conquer the market, we want to be first and front and center with that. Now, this specific feature is a feature that we have seen in terms of the wedge failure. We have seen it so many times, guys. Over the preceding 100 days, it has become like clockwork. In fact, we have seen it very frequently over the preceding, as we would look at this, over the preceding, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this trajectory back into, believe it or not, the last 430 days. Okay? So to the extent that you've just paid attention recently, now that you've just realized there's something going on with the wedges, all right, well, 430 days of price action, and I'll just say even really above this zone. I'll just say above this generalized zone of 30,000 plus, we have seen wedges play very, very interestingly. Now, I will bring up the fact, as you all know, the further that we can get away from the wedge, there's potentially more value, higher risk, okay? The recapture of the wedge, which here, this goes without saying, is so nice. Guys, this is so nice because you know what you're doing. So many people don't know what they're doing in the market right now, period. Just don't. You guys know. It's like, how many of these have we traded on the micro? Now you guys see, how many of these have we traded on the micro? Like 50? I don't know, guys. Like maybe 50 to 100? Like yourself, you've traded 50 to 100 maybe? Maybe 100 plus, 100, 200 plus. Small micro patterns just like this, day in, day out. Now, what are we going to do on this? Big question. Everybody's like, whoa, what's going on? What are we going to do? Man, we have traded this until, we don't even need to worry about it, guys. It is just textbook for us. We are plugged in to a falling wedge that has failed like nobody's business. Nobody is trading like this, guys. So it's important for us to recognize that and kind of celebrate and say, hey, shout out to VIP. What's up? You guys know what's up with this, right? Be interesting to have a position to carry up and through if she wanted to recover quickly, right? Yeah, would be interesting to hit some target levels below. The further, the better, right? But it could start to sweat down there, right, a little bit. In terms of the framework, we've seen some get aggressive. I always say the Hiroshima moment, and I say that, guys, sometimes it's nuclear. You know, your account's going to go nuclear. That's a good thing. Sometimes you say that's a great thing. Okay, cool. It's gonna blow up with some cash, right? But the Hiroshima moment sometimes is to the upside, sometimes it's to the downside, and sometimes you're in it to the upside. It's great, and sometimes you're not in it, and it went to the upside, and it's awful, right? Or same thing, excuse me, on the way down. As we would discuss the parameters here, we could go over Fibonacci's. You guys know those. You guys know. We can note for the record in our group what Fibonacci's seem to have played nicely 4 hourly to the lines, popped right onto the 86. Okay, just noted 4 hourly to the lines. We've used the 4 hourly somewhat frequently. I think recently, and Luke, you'll know this, we've used that 4 hourly. And Sean, what's up, my man? Bam, what's up? Nice to have you, Sean. I want to shout out to Angel. Angel, brother, hope you're doing well. Hope your trades are going well. What's up, Angel? I know you're in the background chilling. I gave you some information today. I want to know what's going on with that information. Pipeline, processing, trades. Want to know. Challenge. Want to know how's it going, brother. Want to know. Always challenging all the VIP. I want you guys to do your best in 2022. All right? In terms of this specific level, Fibonacci's, we know right now, hit onto 86. Boom. That's a VIP, right? 4 hourly, bottom to top. Boom. 86. VIP. Solid. Okay? It's exactly the level you came down to. Didn't take a what do we call it, guys? A crystal ball to figure this one out. But I do want to say shout out to Cristobal. What's up, Cristobal? He's a new VIP, so I have to do this. But it didn't take a crystal ball. But hey, shout out to Cristobal. What's up, Cristobal? New VIP. Shout out, my man. We want to see a better profile picture. I'll put it up on the stream, my man. Very important for us. We're very excited about any new VIPs. If you're not VIP yet, guys, we want you to join. We want to be the best VIP, the best trade group in 2022, period. And I think Cristobal had a great approach. He's like, I don't know, I had a friend who joined a group like this, and he wound up making some money. So I was like, hey, cool. Wouldn't that be cool if people could learn how to consistently make money? That's my goal for you guys. Learn how to consistently make money whenever you want to make money. That would be ideal. So that is the goal, guys, 2022. Looking at to guys just have the camaraderie, have that skill set instilled in us. For the guys who want it, you're going to have to want it to get that. I'll tell you that. To consistently, just anytime you want to make money, you're going to have to really dig into the market, because there's a lot of people that are competing for that kind of just that kind of ability. It's just, it doesn't come. It comes naturally to some of you guys, but it's not as you have the aptitude for it. I'd say that, but it still doesn't eliminate that competition. Now, this descending wedge. The good thing is this, honestly, guys, I don't even need to say anything to the VIP. Period. I could stream. We could talk about whatever. Anyone else who showed up, you're like, man, this guy isn't saying anything. He's not talking at all. I wonder why. Because we literally know exactly how to trade this pattern, and have traded 50 to 100 to 200 of them, depending upon who's in the VIP, who's listening, or what the circumstance is. True? We have, guys. This is like bread and butter for us. Literally bread and butter. Right? The 86 on the 4 hourly, it's a popular time frame, guys. It's about what fits on your screen. Looking at this, and we could go to the candle wicks. If we go to the candle wicks, you're cool on the 78.6. Pushed a little bit, became a little bit uncomfortable. If you went to the wicks, which we've been doing recently, and I flip back and forth between the 4 hourly. Sometimes I'll use the hourly for on a real tight crunch. You guys know I'll get into the lower time frames as well. Now let's just have the discussion of the other components here, and I won't repeat any of this. Sean, I trust that you got the candle wick. Boom, top line carry down, parallel function, 1 2 3 hits. All right, that's looks like on the lines, that looks like where this wedge is headed. Very interesting. Now, looking at the framework of the bear flag, this is the big component here, right? Everyone wants, I'd say, an answer for this. And I'm going to flip it over. We're going to discuss it as a flag, okay? Now, the flag break out with a contradictory pattern, right? As we would look at the contradictory pattern, I'll just lay this out generally in terms of this flag. And I brought this up. What was it? I brought this up earlier. I want you guys to let's dig into this in terms of what the market's showing us right now. We had a breakout to the upside. Okay, let's look at the 5 minute. Let's look at the 5 minute in terms of, we could go through, we could find trades right now if you want to. I'd rather go through some of these pattern diagnostics that are very important to me, just to show you the level of analytic that is required, that I process in terms of bringing information. Okay, now this specific formation, you guys know, crucial feature, we were at the line of resistance, right? We confirmed out, up, and over the falling wedge with this move. Boom, boom. You guys recall that. And a reverse triangle, okay? Expanding wedge, reverse triangle, right? You see an inverse or a reverse triangle there? Just the triangulation, right? It's just reversed, like a reverse symmetrical triangulation. Boom, there we go, okay? And normally we'd like a symmetrical triangle to be like this. Clearly, okay? This operated and functioned well as a breakout procedure. Now, in terms of, and I'll have to put a locate on this, in terms of, Not bad looking. They're on the 30-minute, noted. Let's look at the hourly. Where are we at on this? On the hourly versus on the 4-hourly. Let's take a look at the inverse. We just saw the reverse expanding triangle, symmetrical at that, the reverse symmetrical triangulation. Now on the 4-hourly, if I invert the chart, what are we looking at? We're looking at the same thing that just occurred on the 5-minute time frame, okay? On a bullish, with bullish componentry. Now, looking at the inverse, okay? So this is a bearish componentry. We have the same mechanism in play, okay? We have this expanding, reverse symmetrical triangulation, bam, bam. Move looks very familiar, doesn't it? Bam, bam, right? This is the line from the daily, right here, okay? We do have the differentiated top here in terms of that top level of resistance, okay? That has just been conquered, bam, back onto daily, boom, up and out of that. So the framework is notable technically. The market does this frequently. In my opinion, it does this to see, A, who's paying attention, possibly B, who's capable of paying attention at this level, right? As we would look at the details here, it's like we're seeing a mirror function quite frequently. You guys know that. It's like they want to take two pieces of paper, staple it together, and hand it out. Take two pieces of paper, staple it together, and hand it out. Literally. As matching information, they want to see who can assimilate it, who can process the information, who can take advantage of it. It's the market. The procedures that we see frequently mirror each other. They may contradict each other, but it's just the framework that we see in terms of processing the technical analysis. It's not supposed to be easy. I don't want it to be easy, guys. I don't want it to be easy or it to be something that everybody wins at. I don't. I want it to be competitive. I don't want it to be a situation where crypto is so easy. All you have to do is wait for everything to go down 78% or 86% and buy it, and it'll go back up 500%, man. I don't want that. I don't want to be in that market. I just don't. I want to be in a complex market, one that challenges people and takes names. Bam. That's it. It acts against people who just want the simple procedure. Yeah, those people shouldn't survive in a market. It's got to be more complex than that. And I congratulate you guys because you're up for that challenge. So you guys see this framework as well. We can note without a doubt. I'm not trying to be ruthless or mean or anything, guys. I just want a complex market. I don't want a pump and dump motel. You know, I ain't staying at. I want to be at the Ritz-Carlton, right? I don't want to be at the pump and dump motel. Just where everything, flies up and flies down, 90% and then 500%. I don't want that. I just don't want it. I want long-term quality investments around me and quality traders. That's it, right? We're being pushed into some of those realms, and that's one thing. Is the only complication, please listen to this, and Luke and Sean, I'll shout out to you since you're here, is the only complication, well, everything's going to go, let's say everything's going to go down 80%. However, if it's a good technology, then it's going to go back. Is that the only qualifier, the only variable? Then it's going to go back up 400 or 500%. Guys, I don't even want to be in that market. I want to be in a sustainable growth market that's solid, that we can look at like with some sort of a function that looks similar to this. Now this is the NASDAQ. Boy, that looks mean, doesn't it? Big time. Not financial advice. You guys know this. I don't deal with equities. But, what I like is this sustainable growth function. I like this perpetual kind of climb that it's in, right? I like the fact that there's more meat on the bones in terms of, the overall implied cyclical here. It's not. I'm just speaking from the hip here, but I want you guys to know it's not. Oh, well, I guess everyone decides this is something important. Down 90%. Oh, well, it's still important. Really? I don't want to be in something that's like that. I want it to be more complex. I want it to be more complex than, well, don't worry, just buy it when it's 90% off. And you're guaranteed, as long as the project survives. Man, I want it to be more complex than that. Man, boom, huh? Big short, huh? What do you guys think? Big short? Boom. Nice for anybody who's shorted into that. Now, Doge, What's up with Doge? How you guys doing with Doge? Just to talk about Doge. Doge looking 4 hourly. I don't know, guys. Doge doesn't look that bad to me. I got to say, I've consistently been looking at Doge. It doesn't look that bad to me. I just have to tell you. Now, it's down. It's in a sweet spot. If there's going to be a utility for a coin, I'm just going to think that Elon's going to come up with something. I don't know, guys. Now, this would be something that literally the richest guy on the planet, one of the most, solidly frameworked in terms of mentally, etc. Guys on the planet that, one of the, solid geniuses, contributors to the world, he happens to like it. So, maybe just because there's some cute dog in the deal. Maybe Mr. PayPal has some other ideas. You don't know, guys. Looking at the expanding framework, bit of a departure into a detour, just a little bit of a detour. Talking about the specifics of the specific, let's say this falling wedge, okay? But mirror action on the triangulation, reverse triangulation, symmetrical. Are you finding these? Are you processing them? Huh? Are you processing them? Right? If the market's going to hand you out 2 pieces of paper, boom, it's just like that, just stapled, right? They're going to give it to you. And one of the pieces of paper is going to have this on it. It's a reverse symmetrical triangulation, right? And we know a symmetrical triangulation would be, and shout out to all the VIP, hope you guys are doing well. Hit the like button. Otherwise, I think you're robots, guys. I don't know the difference. Hit the like button, please. In terms of the symmetrical triangulation, the reverse symmetrical triangulation, the regular triangulation, we would expect to be resistance, support, symmetrical, boom, right? Bam, we have a reverse. Supposed to be bearish, didn't get a completion wave E to the upside. Well, we didn't get it. We ran into a level of resistance, identified again. You guys follow the Twitter, boom. Very important. Let me get back to that tweet and make sure that we're on, boom. You guys make sure you follow these. And a like and a retweet would be cool, but you guys don't have to do that with everything. But a like would be nice. Make sure that I know that you got it. That's the big deal when I ask for you guys to like a tweet. We could be shadow banned. We could be all kinds of things going on. Guys, if you see a tweet, just hit the heart for me. Let me know that you got it. Otherwise, I don't even know that you specifically got it. Period. It's important in terms of our functioning as a group. So, resistance, and I'll also know when you got it. That's what's important, guys. So registering this mirror componentry here on the hourly BTC, we're going to look at this componentry on the, and now we have, 3 pieces of paper, right? Nearly. We nearly have like a triple stack right now, okay? We've got this here. We've got, let's invert this. And we may stick with the 2. Okay. The notion that we have this embedded rising wedge, and let's go to this. The notion that we have this descending wedge, okay, on the regular chart. We won't discuss the inverted. We know as a group that we prefer, honestly, price to get heck and far gone away from this wedge. Period. Period, guys. Our preference right now, us, VIP, is literally for us to get heck and far gone away from this wedge. That's when you can trade the wedge, okay? And I'm just stating that this return to the wedge function has been a nice operation. It's been a huge operation, okay? You say, well, that would be too drastic. That wouldn't be accommodating to me. Well, was this accommodating to you guys when we found the bottom here? Bam, in the back, boom. Yeah. Biggest retrace that BTC has had. More institutional eyes at Bitcoin than ever. Boom. Okay. Looking at the framework here, let's look at this. Okay. And the recoup here was solid. Okay. Now, you want to talk about sweating down there a little bit, right? It's a little bit steamy down there, and far away from the wedge. Boom. Okay? This is a micro version of this macro ongoing. We're down and out. A little, as I said, we're kind of running with triple right now. We get into some additional features, just similarities with the market that are being presented to us that we're either going to process, that we're going to take advantage of. We're going to be able to trade it or we're not. We're going to understand where price can go or not, right? We don't have to get too, let's say, just like excited about it. We can talk about liquidity, shorts and longs, right? We can talk about who got wiped out, who did well. Okay, I got some nice commentary. I want to let you guys know I got some nice notices or what would I say, letters, etc., from some people that did well and listened to this tweet last night. I really appreciate you guys letting me know that that was important to you. Some good guys that I know are like, hey, wow, thank you. That means a lot to me when I hear that. That they're able to process that. It fits within the framework of their trading, etc. It's a big deal. So let me look at this and let me scale this down so we can put it into some context. I want to keep that kind of green. So, looking at the framework here, we're further in the wedge, first of all. We know that. We do have a similar recoup function here as of 400 days ago. Want to just bring that to your attention. We have a level of support descending, constricting therewith. We have a level of resistance, right? So, to the notion that, we don't, we just want to continue to go up. Not always feasible, right? The car needs to park, needs to recharge, needs to, you need to rest sometimes after the gym, et cetera, et cetera. We don't have to get in all those parameters, but there's simply not the cash to push it up. Whatever parameter, whatever analogy you want, there's not the cash, influx of cash, to continue to push it up. So, demand is not there. In terms of this feature, we have the expansions that we went over, okay? This triangulation, we have the wedge formation, and just while I'll say this, my preference is down here, guys. It just is, because we've traded this so much. If you haven't traded this in terms of these wedges, if you have not been trading wedges, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You honestly probably think, no, that's not even technically, he's not even technically being accurate. This is awful. London is just saying, what, I brought up, first of all, you guys know this, just for the record, I brought up a reinforcement here, line of support, right? Just did. You guys can go back over the beginning of the stream. All right, carry down function, resistance to support. All right, exactly. Period. In terms of top line, parallel channel function, carry it down, boom, boom, boom. Triple hit on the bottom with a perfect parallel carry down function, a triple hit, boom, boom, boom. That is the framework of the move to the upside. Now, it's not the most frustrated. I'll say the most frustrated line has been this specific trend line, right? This is less of an aggressive line here, right? This trend line here, it's got a nice slope to it. That's something we'd like to carry up. This white trend line, that's got a nice angle to it. That's bullish, right? This other trend line is, this specific channel framework, not quite aggressive. You guys felt that up here at the top when we wanted to achieve more price. Austria kicked in. Oh, by the way, we're going to tax your Bitcoin. Boosh. Remember? China, and then, what was it? Greenland? No, Iceland. It wasn't. I get those two. I don't mix them up frequently, but I do in the context of crypto. So it was Iceland. Okay, China and Iceland. Then it was Russia, right? Okay, in terms of scaling back China and Iceland on mining after Austria says they're going to tax Bitcoin at the top, right? Then China, Iceland, then Russia saying maybe we're going to ban crypto here, right? So 50% pickup, right? Then we had another hefty pour down here, back to 50% with the Ukrainian-Russian war, right? That's more or less the price action and events. You're looking for events instead of just technicals. So looking at the framework here, you guys know how to set up targets as well. You know how to set up, and we had an interesting time with the, we know we have a target, right? We had some targets to the downside. I was cautious about those. All right, in terms of that, definitely you completed them if you decided to go very aggressive, like to the downside. That we had some of those. If anybody had those as aggressive green targets, congratulations. All right. I'm not sure that we had a target, as if we had a target thus far that hasn't been completed on the with the volatility helps with that clearly, but we've that's been a nice component of the volatility. I'll just say that. let me get into the fib wedge real quickly. I want to shout out to VIP. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a good week. It's Thursday. Hope you guys caught my tweet with, hey, is it a good time to take last night? Is it a good time to take? You're at a cross trend line of support to resistance. Bam. Hope you guys did well. I know people did well. That's important to me. People writing me saying, hey, London, I did well. Like, yeah, that's what's going on. Good job. And let's see, to the extent that we've got some additional volatility to the downside, there are various mechanisms of measuring. Let's say we know the 50% on the macro, period. Everybody knows that, right? The 50% on the macro. Boom. We got that. No problem. 50%. We got the golden pocket. We got the 786. What we don't necessarily have is what I brought you guys tonight. Wanted to make sure that you guys understand that in terms of this top line resistance carried down and the multiplicity of hits on your specific desktop. Make sure you have it. Get the parallel channel function. Boom. Under the trend line. Get it, guys. Draw the parallel channel. Okay. Snap it to grid. Use the magnet tool. Snap it to grid. On the top. Boom, boom. Drag it down. 1, 2, 3. Multiple hits. Lined up perfectly. Right? So, in terms of this, let's talk about it. We have that repeat function of the reverse symmetrical triangulation in play. To the extent that that is a little bit extraneous right now, I'm just going to note it, and I want you guys to try and assimilate things like that and process things like that when they're offered to you on the, even on the reverse, right, or even on however we look at the two breakout procedures, because that's the bottom line what it is. We have two breakout procedures with the inverse triangulation. That's important, guys. That's notable, right? And one is on the quote-unquote bear flag as we flip it, right? It's this, right? Inverse triangulation, descending line of, or this reverse triangulation, symmetrical. This descending line of support, resistance it would be, right? And yesterday, again, just to regroup on this, or to refocus on this, on the 5 minute, just one more time, I want to get into this framework. Boom. And this is on the regular standard chart. Bam. Right? So that's important to me. The line goes up to the left. You guys know that. That was the breakout of the wedge. We can redraw that. Right? But that was the breakout move. Boom. On the standard chart. So now we're getting that to the downside. Okay? Looking at the, let me go to the 4 hourly. This is an important point. We would have preferred to have seen an E here. We didn't. An E wave. Okay? We had I'm going to say A, B, C, D, and E. All right? Would have been nice to get. We ran into the resistance, couldn't complete it. The wedge, essentially, and if you go to the candle wicks, it's a very interesting discussion that could be had. In terms of the level of resistance here of the wedge, I'll just state that has conquered the need to go up to the E. Normally have an A, B, C, D. I'm going to start to count up. A, B, C, D, and E. Let me make sure on that. It's Elliott wave. I don't cover these all the time because they don't always play out perfectly. I decided to this time. Let me see if I can get into, it's going to be this. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, that's going to be the expectation, just so that we know. It's going to start with 0, A, B, C, D, E. We didn't get up here. Okay, I've commented to Elliott Wave International. So, in terms of that and this resistance, this specific cross-trend line, okay, this specific cross-trend line, looking at this, I'm excited on what I really appreciate the letters I've gotten in terms of who was able to take advantage of this. When I said, is it clear take? I tell you guys, sometimes you can buy it resistance if you want to. You can tell me how that works out. Support, resistance, right? And we were at resistance last night. So shout out to the VIP, to anybody else who traded that, who decided to trade. Bam. Very important. Very, very important. And yeah, there you go. I appreciate that, Sean. 60 people liking the video would be impressive if they're watching it. If not, let the algorithm give them things that they don't like, unfortunately, which maybe it won't suggest any other TA channels. That's a good thing. And shout out to the VIP. We're really excited about you, Sean, in terms of the framework that you've put together. Very on it. I have not seen a VIP just show up and trudge into the markets as strongly as you have, Sean. Very, very good in terms of your trades, your booking trades, brother. Now, in terms of resistance support, okay, we know that this is technically supposed to be a continuation pattern. That's one of the components that we put into focus right now, okay? We do have this componentry that we've looked at on the 5-minute and on the 4-hourly. It has held true. So that much is a feather in the cap of, at least I'll say, Elliott Wave International, period. Because I keep tabs on them. If they get something wrong, I want to go after them. They don't frequently. But to the extent that this was a continuation pattern, boom, to the upside, okay? That was the breakout to the upside yesterday. A lot of VIP made money on that. In terms of this specific move here, this has continued to the downside. Now, if you guys are trading, I'm going to tell you this. If you've been trading Bitcoin, period, if you've been in the market, Bitcoin to me has been the most consistent in terms of this specific, okay, opportunity zone. When I say opportunity zone, a lot of people will think, okay, that means we're going to break out to the upside right now. No. To me, opportunity zone, and you guys know this, boom. Get me down here, please. I let you guys know a few days ago. We discussed this. For me, I want to be down here below this wedge. There are a lot of traders right now who I would say have heavy amounts of cash and want this thing down here. It's still out. And by out, guys, I'm talking about the opportunity zone to recover the wedge. And you're going to have a completely different, I'd say, framework risk measurement the further you get away from this wedge. We have targets. VIP have targets. I'll let you guys know. We have targets right now. They seem like they would be difficult to achieve. They're risky targets right now. We have them. They're technically indicated. In the entirety of this price action here, they're technically indicated. Okay? I'm going to share this just with VIP, period. I'm not going to discuss that on stream. Okay? And like I said, we'll be doing VIP only pure link streams very soon. I just want to contain some of this information a little bit more because it's very valuable. It's extremely valuable, guys. When I see people put it to practice and they write me or something, that I just know it's got a tremendous amount of value. Excuse me. And I'm excited about that in 2022 because this is just where the train is starting. To me, the journey is starting. We're going to have a lot of additional value put on the map for people who want to trade. Bottom line, I'm excited about that. Very excited. And so the framework potential for recoup into this zone is maybe issue number one. The need for a confirmation up over this level of, I'm going to say, prior support that's been breached on the 4-hourly. Yeah, that's the question in mind right now. Do we need a loop over and through this? I put it in the context of an inverted chart so you guys can understand it better. So you can see the flag, right? Move to the upside. You know, it's inverted, guys. Be downside. And an upward sloping channel, actually, it's down so you can understand it. We have a bias on these things, guys. We have a bias all the time. It's a beautiful bull flag. Look at that. Beautiful. What do we need? We need confirmation. Ideally, we want confirmation and some momentum, bam, to the upside, right? But it's, and you know this, but we have to look at it like that to put it, to get the bias correct. We're all more excited. We're driven as we grow up. I'm just telling you, unless you grew up with a futures book in your hand, shorts, etc., like I happen to, right? But we're all geared towards prices need to go up, our stocks need to go up, everything needs to go up. We build a good investment future when we buy things that eventually go up. So we have to flip things. We just have to, guys. That's my opinion. And I want to shout out to all the VIP. Shout out to Andrew. Andrew, my man, what's going on? I hope you're doing well, boss. Hope everything's going well. It's been a while. Hope everything's good. I just see you in the chat right now. Well, you are welcome to be back in the back, my man. Just so that you know, Andrew, we'd love to have you back in the back. We got some strong cats right now in terms of technical guys back there, Andrew. It's a good deal. The way this works, I extend a few invitations to anybody who shows up, including old VIP. We welcome you. You're welcome to join. I know that you don't have a problem hitting the button and being cool like that, but we just require that this be exclusive VIP. And if you're a VIP, I'll do the same for you. I just don't like it taking up too much time, Andrew. And you know me. You call me. No worries. If you got a question, should I or shouldn't I? So you are welcome to join, and you knew that when you showed up, didn't you? You did. You knew that when you showed up, and you still wanted to chat, and you still didn't want to join. That's not cool, Andrew. Like, between you and me, that's not cool, my man. It's just not cool. I don't like it. Join VIP or stay out of the VIP chat. And Andrew's a good guy, and he knows that. So, Andrew, do you just do this so I'll hide you from VIP? Is it like one of these like punk moves? You want me to turn into a bad guy for a minute? I don't want to do that. Like, why don't you tell me you saw my tweet and you made some cash on a short, or you did something cool and slam it with a super chat? Oh, that'd be cool. Then that could prove that you could, show up and be VIP. So, anyway, hope you're doing as well as you can do. And if you just come in to punk me and show up in VIP chat, you're disrupting a lot of people, Andrew. You just are. I'm going to remove that for now, okay, in the chat. That's VIP only, guys. Only VIP. So, YouTube recommends it. We insist upon it. Bottom line, guys, we insist upon it. So, the question again is on the 1 hourly. Okay, on the hourly time frame. Let's go to the 4 hourly. 4 hourly. Do we want a confirmation here? Ideally, looking at this, absolutely. Absolutely, we want a confirmation. Can we have a runaway train? Yes, we could. Are we parked into the oversold territory? Let's take a look at it. Can we expect some interaction having hit into the oversold? RSI on the screen so you don't have to divert your eyes, okay? All right, RSI in purple, in blue below, okay? We've hit it a few times. We've had price action, interaction at that level multiple times, okay? It is a continuation pattern, guys, or a continuation indicator. It's a momentum indicator, okay? As I remove these, remember on the 4 hourly, line to line, you slammed into the 86. You slammed into the 86, okay? Support on the lines has been breached. To the extent that we would like a confirmation here, it would technically suffice. I am happy. Okay, I'm very happy. You may hedge. Tell you the truth, you may hedge. You may get on L Bank and decide, I want to hedge. The extent to which you engage in hedging, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have two equal positions, long and short, and you decide, okay, the framework, when, where, how, even how often in this kind of melee of the last 100 days, that's some special information, guys. I'm going to tell you, if you want a primer on hedging, oh, no problem. Just open up two equal sides. And here's the formula for making money. Boom, boom, boom. Now, I want you guys to show some commitment VIP. I want us to work on that, okay? We've played this recoup frequently, right? We've frequently traded this over the last, guys, this has been like absolute, to an extent, it's been like printing money. You guys know that. Literally on these trades when we've fallen down and out of this descending wedge. True. It's been like printing money. If anyone's been paying attention in the market, it just is. It's like printing money, guys. It's been like printing money. Literally. Okay? And it's been like that for the last 400 days. People who've been paying attention to it, right? And anyone who kind of knew that from beforehand, yeah, it's been solid. But it's just not knowing necessarily, let me reverse this, not knowing necessarily where I thought we were on this tool, not knowing necessarily where the bottom comes into play is a key feature. The further that we could get away from this level here, the better, period. And you guys know that. I told you days ago that I was looking for, ideally for me, an entry below this wedge. That would make me happier, period. I would prefer that. We had some upward price action. Congratulations to anybody who caught the spike. We caught the spike in the back. We caught the spike. So in terms of this move to the downside as well, guys, congrats to everybody who traded. I know there's some guys that aren't VIP who traded it. And I just like to say, guys, if you're not VIP and you're trading with our information, like, where's your karma, guys? Like, you guys got karma? You got any kind of cool factor to you at all? Like, don't just show up either, because I've had some people also show up and be like, oh, yeah, I'm not even VIP. I traded. Yeah. Come on, man. You got any kind of, karma at all? Like you got like a cool group that like, has guys in it that are working real hard. You just want to like, don't freeload off of it. Just don't freeload off of it, guys. That's not cool. I don't want crypto to be known for that, to tell you the truth. So, yeah, in essence, I don't want crypto to be known for you. That's it. You may say the same for me, for whatever I am or not, but I have to tell you guys, we trade. Period. We trade and we respect each other. That's the bottom line for crypto. I always tell you guys, I don't care what you did last summer. I don't care what you did last summer. I care you show up and you want to trade. Period. Yeah, that dynamic, like New York Institute of Finance. Somebody run off for 6 months and go watch a, XYZ PDQ channel. Like what? Like just stay over there. That's where you belong. Stay over there. We want to focus on New York Institute of Finance. I want the big guys and the hedge funds, the big bankers, what they're focused on with their technicals, right? I don't want the easy answer. I want the right answer. That involves me working on the answer and delivering it to the guys that I know in the back, VIP, yeah, who are putting together the same kind of hard work, etc. Consistently. That's what I want. I want the right group, like Jubal. Consistently, Jubal, you're doing awesome, brother. In the back, like Sean, boom. Sean's a cool guy. He shows up with charts every morning. Every morning. Luke, every day. Boom. Beautiful family. Job, everything else. He finds time. I miss his job. Very involved job. Jubal, my guy. Appreciate it, brother. It's just, it's great to have all you guys. I could go down the list. Guys consistently showing up. It's just nice, guys. That's a cool group. That's what I want crypto to be known for. Just cool dudes. I don't care what you did last summer. I just don't care. I want you guys to be solid traders and be like, be cool to the group. That's the idea, right? So, what are your targets above and below? Because the mind goes back to, well, is it going up or is it going down? I want to know, is it going up or going down? Really? Good. Okay. If you want to be completely covered, then you figure out the formula for this. I'll tell you, if you have to know, it's not always that easy of a solution, right? Now, we caught with the cross trend line, resistance, support, right? Support, resistance, right? Okay? So that was on the tweet last night. So sometimes you get the answer. Other times, where are your levels if you were to look at this? I'm just going to challenge you guys to start thinking of this, okay? For the guys who can put together this equation, congratulations. If you were to look at the following, if you were to look at a hedge carry, short and long, just pepper into this idea, not into this as a trade. Don't do it if you don't know the parameters of it, please, okay? But what if you carry a short and a long? You don't know where the price is going. When you're rewarded, one expires and the other one continues to go. The other one continues in the direction, right? Either the short beats the long on expiration of the long, or the long beats the short on expiration of the short. Okay. The notion is the following, and we can get there. We'll work towards that. We got a good group, etc. I don't see any reason why we can't focus on some things like that. What leverage would you use, right? What's your volatility that what would you look at? Just mystery, huh? No one can figure that stuff out, huh? I bet we can, guys. But looking at the framework here, the important thing is that you would have, when I say we're always buying, we're always selling, okay? We have established levels just like we're at right now. Let's go through the classic Fibonacci real quickly just to demonstrate this point, which you guys at least framework into this point. Okay? Now on the 4 hourly, we could have more aggressive levels within this zone. You may have hit stop losses right along the way as you were trading, but boom, down into the 86. So that's one level on the downside where longs will be placed in. You've got longs below. Now what do you have above? You have shorts, orders for shorts above. Just the framework of you have orders below and above to buy and sell consistently. Maybe you have your own side that you want to focus on, like longs, right? You have your longs. That's it. You want to buy, or you're on spot. Maybe you're on spot, no problem. And you consistently have paired in, or you have scheduled up your levels below. Cool, no problem. You may operate on the long or the short, i.e. you're constantly waiting for orders above to be filled with sell orders, period, short orders. If and when price achieves that, you're ready to have your orders filled, okay? Now, to the extent that you're on one level of the I'd say one level of the retracements right now solidified into that 86. Okay, would we look at the extensions right now? Absolutely. The extensions in terms of, now if I were to go to this specific level and assume this specific level, would you prefer to get more micro with it? I would, in terms of the extensions. Okay, I would prefer to get more micro with it in terms of the extensions. These would be my levels of interaction expected, okay? I could refine them, but I would go from a low to a high to a low. That's just it, okay? I would go from a preceding low to a high to a low, okay? I would see some interaction thus far at one level, okay? And I would be prepared to schedule in orders at these levels, period, if I wanted to engage with short positions. Very easily, shorts above, longs below. Buy, right? I went back a while, guys, but we're always buying, we're always selling, right? How would you do that? You put 20 orders there. Put 20. Do it. You could do it on LBank. You guys know on my deal here. You could do it on LBank. You put 20 orders together, okay? In terms of LBank, do it. Very smooth platform. So look at the possibilities of reaching, right, some of your shorts. You work up and you reach your shorts. If we go down at the same time that you have the short orders, guys, above you, you can have the longs below. Okay, so is it going up or down? You have the capacity. This will be my challenge to you guys. You have the capacity to literally hold a dual position right now, to hold a hedge on LBank. This is not the answer. Again, I tell you guys, you want to know if it's going up or down. Or you want the easy answer. I'll give you the complicated answer. Probably the right answer. Now, you'll have to process this kind of introductory to it. And throughout the year, we'll go through this stuff. Guys, you let me know what you think. But looking at it, you could right now hold a short and a long position. You could put $1 million short and $1 million long. Okay? In terms of covering price action to the upside or the downside, period. You say, well, one of the positions might expire. Well, how would this have treated you yesterday? It's a great example. How would this have treated you yesterday? Well, you were long and you were short at the same time. You had a hedge. You covered both ways. What happened? Boom. Well, you made cash on the short. That's good, right? You made more on the short than you lost on the long, if you had it leveraged properly, right? So that's part of the equation, all right? What's your expected move? Part of the equation. A lot of variables come into play when you're talking about hedging, and you're looking for the expiration of one side of your trade. But that eliminates this common question I get all the time, and you guys get all the time, in terms of, well, I want to know if it's going up or down. That is no longer valid. It's just no longer valid. What if it does both? What if you're covered on both? There's a different solution that I want VIP to start at least mentally digging into, and there are some other materials that you guys can get into. It's pretty cool, and it's the less simplistic approach to always having to be right all the time. If you got burned on this, realize there may be a solution around the corner that you could look at where you could be covered on the long and short side. Okay, just maybe that's a point of encouragement for you guys. Okay, so to the extent that we have upside targets, okay, we understand the extensions, the framework of the extensions, without a doubt. We understand that we would have some variable extensions become a little bit more. I might give some VIP some things in the back that I may not just unleash here. Okay, and to the extent that we get involved in a rebound trade that we're already essentially involved in, right? That rebound trade is, my bottom line is still the following. I want to get down here. I want this price to get down here. Just me. It's a selfish deal because I know VIP can print some cash, period. Get down and out of this further. Now you're in the opportunity zone. You're down out of this descending wedge. VIP know how to trade these. I'm going to tell you guys, we love the complication of the bear flag. Boom, boom. Means we could get further down here potentially. Love it. Print the cash, period. You guys, we have traded so many of the, guys, how many of these have we traded? You know this. We have traded a ton of these. So you guys know, just get down here. Just make it difficult for the overall market. With that said, we have been paying a lot of attention to the technicals. We have been scoped in when other people have been, I don't know what they've been focused on, guys, but they haven't been focused on TA, right? Real TA, we know the opportunity that literally is looking at us right now like nobody's business, okay? You are in an elite group that understands exactly what you're looking at, and you don't need it explained to you. If you're new to VIP, I'll say if you're new to VIP and you haven't been watching the streams, I can catch you up in the back a little bit, okay? But we don't need to repeat anything for people who just show up, Johnny-come-latelys or whatnot, and want to float their boat around here. It's just VIP. This is awesome for VIP. It's great. Great move. Great capitulation beyond this level of support. We're excited about it. This is an opportunity zone here. If we can pull further down here, it's a bigger opportunity zone. Period. Period. Guys, higher risk, higher reward. If we can pull down here, beautiful. And I'm not even talking about you need to carry a short. I'm just saying this, guys. If we can pull further down here, it's a beautiful opportunity zone. We want this sweet spot down in here badly. We want it. It can print cash. We have seen it function so many times in the market, guys, in terms of hammering through these trades. VIP know this, right? Absolutely know this. And what would I say? In terms of anybody else in the chats, I want to say... let me say this about Andrew. Andrew, you have my cell phone. Please text message me. I would very much appreciate that if you're still listening. Instead of getting angry or whatnot, please text message me and be professional. I would appreciate that. I would love to hear from you, okay? Would love to hear from you and love to see what's going on. So, let's look at, I think I said that last time you showed up. You didn't text message me. This is Andrew. He's an old VIP. He wants to show back up and say hi. What's wrong with you? I told you last time to text message me. You have my cell phone. So you're going to show up again. You're not going to text message me again. I have to ask what's wrong with you. Just be cool. Like, it's okay, man. Just be cool. You want to trade? Bring it. You don't want to trade? Hey. You're evidencing that because you don't want to text message me. It's easy stuff, man. You got my digits. Everyone should have my digits in VIP. By the way, Cristobal Crypto, what's up, my man? New VIP in the house. What's up, Cristobal? We're talking about the advantage here we could have with a further knockdown out of this wedge. We've been focusing on it. You've been watching the stream, so I know you're plugged into this. Also, we have the componentry. You can rewatch the very beginning of the stream if you choose, but we're excited to have you here, Cristobal. My man, what's up? You saw the tweet last night, etc. You saw the setup, the framework for the support, resistance. You saw that. Okay? I tell people you can buy it support if you want to. Or you can buy it resistance. Pardon me. You can buy it resistance if you want to. Let me know how that works out. We like to buy it support, sell it resistance, trade our patterns, and hit our targets. Easy stuff, guys. Support level, function carry up. We're down and out of this candle wick feature here. We caught at the 86. We did. We caught at that 86 as measured on the 4-hourly line to line. Okay, range low to high. 4-hourly. In terms of this, I'm going to say the following, guys. If you're lucky and approach things this way, guys, if you trade, you know this. If you are lucky, and Cristobal shouting out in the chats, I'm going to say hello. See if Sean or somebody else wants to say hello. I didn't hide you from the channel, Andrew. In terms of the framework here, guys, in terms of the framework, you would be lucky to get down here, okay? You'd be lucky. VIP know you'd be lucky, all right? Period. You just would. If you've been trading, it's not because, the price is going lower. No, the pattern dynamics that are involved in this equation right now, the falling wedge, the ability to recoup the falling wedge, yes, to go back up into the wedge after you've gone deeply south of it. Boom. Okay? That is a huge opportunity. So you would be very lucky to get down here. Extremely lucky. If and when we see just an absolute firestorm right in the market. I'm excited. Yeah, I know you guys were excited today. Luke saying, hey, Cristobal. What's up? Thanks, Luke. Appreciate that. I know Cristobal does too. They're going to feel welcome. His new VIP. Yeah, we miss our old VIP, huh? We do, huh? But when they're too busy to like check in and trade, man, I honestly have to question what are they involved in, huh? Is it, I hope it's not illegal. I don't know, huh? When guys get too busy to trade, I'm like, I don't know what they're involved in, huh? I hope it's not illegal. Just anyway, looking at the framework here, paying patronage to people who quit on their trading fellows, huh? Just whatever, huh? I hope they're doing great. I just don't know. We haven't seen them. I hope they're not involved in any high-level crime that needs to be investigated. I literally almost get to that level, guys. I'm sorry. You're VIP. You stick around. You stick with your trading group, or, gloves come off, huh? The gloves come off. Now, support, resistance on that daily is sweet. That's nice. Still have this issue, right? Still have that issue. Recoup. Daily RSI noted. Okay, we have some room before it looks like the sellers could really have officially gained the momentum. RSI 30 here on the screen, oversold. Okay, 4 hourly on the RSI, oversold. Now, I want to ask a question and see who knows the answer to this. I want to know who knows the answer to this. Everyone here should know the answer to this, particularly if you've been in VIP for a while. You had a big red day, okay? You had a big red day. All right, let's do this. You notice it's nicer just seeing white instead of all this red and green, whatever. Okay, you had a big red day. Now, what is the most likely move after a big red day? You guys know? What's the most likely move after a big red day? By the probabilities. What's the most frequently seen move after a big red day? That's just something I'm going to ask you guys. If there were a question and answer like that, I would want you guys to know the answer. We've discussed that a few times, but it's not me. It's not my data set that comes up with that. That would be probably some economists or something like that, some New York Institute of Finance guys, different stuff like that, right? So, I mean, we're comfortable, guys. We know what's going on. I know maybe we want another moment where it's like, okay, last night, we're at a level of resistance. Boom. Okay. If we want another moment like that and we have to have them every day, we can. I'm challenging you guys today. Carry both. Figure out the equation. Carry a hedge on L Bank right here. Boom. L Bank. You can carry a hedge. Because people show up, they want the right answer now. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I want to challenge you guys while you're listening. Figure out a hedge strategy. Figure out a hedge strategy. Can you win both ways? What components, what variables are put into the equation to where you can solve that question, right? What components do you need in that equation? If you're going to hedge, and you might have a long and a short, what variables need to come together for you to accurately solve that question? It's important. It's an important question. I want you guys to think on that level in 2022. We've been talking about quick trades. We've been talking about like the Rolex Challenge, etc. We've been talking about, book 100 rounds. For those of who I see trading, I'm very, very excited to see you guys trading. For the others who aren't trading, it's I know you have things to do. I know life is not easy. But we trade, period. Life gets easier when you're booking a trade. It just does. Looking at this on the daily, I wanted to go over a few components for you in terms of this level of resistance here along the top. Parallel channel function carried down, boom, to support. 1, 2, 3 hits, perfect on support and resistance. Parallel channel is beautiful. I'm going to talk about that in the context of bringing you some solid framework in terms of the technicals that you can hold on to, and just some overarching things that you may not have just noticed off the cuff, okay? Now, off the cuff as well, as we look at this bear flag move to the downside, potential confirmation would be preferred, period. Market doesn't always get us what we would prefer. In addition to this fall out of the specified descending wedge. Opportunity zone, beautiful. Love it. This is a nice line right here, period. I love this line. It's beautiful. Now, to the extent that we could, and you guys know this is just like would be amazing, right? And I don't even like to talk about these specific levels down below, except I will because we have an incomplete level in this, let's say, territory down here. Okay? We have an incomplete, let's do this. We have an incomplete peak down at this level. Okay? Let's look at that. Boom. That's just an incomplete level. We have a peak of an ascending wedge that never got touched again. Maybe it never will, guys. Maybe it never will. Always remember, recovering a wedge can be your Hiroshima event. If you put too much cash in, you hammer into these, they can be left behind. This one was, okay? That rising wedge didn't get a return to function. Did not get it, right? We'd like to see returns to rising wedges that beat the odds. We do quite frequently, right? To the extent that you have a function here, there may be some other components in terms of whether or not they do complete. Looking at this componentry here, falling out of this wedge, we'd like to see a move to the upside, right? We'd like to see a move back into the body of that wedge, right? Yeah. Or at least to that specific apex. Boom. If we were to get down below sufficiently, and that's an opportunity zone. That's a beautiful thing, guys. If you've been trading, it's beautiful. All right? We do have upside targets. We do. Now, in terms of the operation of this nested falling wedge, as a matter of fact, we have another macro, okay, larger macro falling wedge. It's very nice. To the extent that we could get down below this level, guys, it would be just awesome. Period. It would be awesome. It would be, you would be very fortunate to be able to have that occur. Different statement than, well, is it going to occur? I want to challenge you guys right now because we nailed this. And I got some nice letters, etc., from some people who aren't even VIP. You know, if you're going to get some answers, you want answers for free and you just want to trade and make money and show up and be, oh, like, by the way, thanks. Nah, guys, be cool. Join the group. All right? I want you guys to be cool like that. It's just period. That's what I want, guys. That's what I want, okay? And I'm putting in a lot of work with the VIP, and that's just what I want, period. That's how I think it's going to run best for VIP, period. Level of support, resistance. Be beautiful to get down below this. Just an opportunity zone. Mind your Fibonacci's. Just mind them, period. Orders are waiting. You guys know that at the 50%, the 61.8, 65th. And it's nice that we're heading just right about down to that golden pocket right now on that descending wedge. This descending wedge is being forgotten in the context of this overall bear flag. It's currently in play. Okay? So, what do? We dig into the lower time frames, right? Because we find a ton of stuff down there, don't we? This is, let's see what we got. Let's get into framework. We have a flat top. Easy stuff, guys. We got a flat top. Buyers demonstrated themselves. Do we have any kind of a fan reversal pattern? Do we have any kind of, let's look here. We were to look at this, just off the cuff. We got a few different patterns in play right now. Would like to see some sort of a reversal pattern, like a technical reversal pattern. Your standardized bull flags can be difficult in the context. They can be a little bit, I don't want to say they operate as a continuation pattern to the downside. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be on the record as saying a bull flag operates as a continuation pattern to the downside in a downtrend. I don't want to say that. Every bull flag has the opportunity to be beaten to the upside, or be beaten to the downside, or to beat that downward trend. Okay, and in terms of that, like, we wouldn't want to say it's a continuation pattern to the downside on a classic bull flag. All right, always want to leave the chance for it to operate in the context as a reversal. Period. So, and I don't know. I don't think that's in question, right? It's neither a continuation nor a reversal pattern. Is probably the best context to put it in. It's not a continuation nor a reversal pattern. Green day. Price moves in a wave. Green day. Good man. So in terms of these lower pattern features, and this is part of the challenge, and I'll say okay, and I understand. When you guys are trying to trade and keep an eye on the price as you are and become, what did I say last night as we streamed this, guys? right? If you missed the pattern, big deal. I'm going to say this: if you guys missed that move to the upside, big deal, right? Big deal, right? You guys, I didn't like the flag. I wasn't really excited about the way it was matching up at all, right? To the extent that it kind of floundered around and got worse. Okay, I encouraged you guys yesterday. If you don't find the pattern you want to trade, don't trade. You guys know this. I was telling you guys last night. You didn't miss anything. If you don't find a pattern that you want to trade, no problem. You show up at the computer, you look at it, you do your 2-3 hours of work or 30 minutes of work, whatever it is, looking at the I say the technicals. If you don't find your pattern, if it's not perfect, then that's it. Boom. You don't have to worry about it. You find the pattern you want to, cool. Focus in, put some alerts on. No problem. Nothing happened here positively to the upside. All right? I wasn't excited about this anyway. Didn't want to trade that. We were live. We were live. Okay, in terms of this is a little more interesting. That 30 minutes going to be your friend or your foe, right? Just we see this so much. We see this a lot, guys. Pay attention to your 30-minute. Have a little bit of a bull pennant on your 30-minute. With this most recent hitch here, a little bit of a contraindication. The discussion begins. There we go. The discussion kind of begins. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 it would require. We don't like this angle here. However, it's nice to see a bull pennant indicated. Sean, what are you talking about Green Day? Huh? Sean, question? Green Day, huh? Green equal money? I want to know. Equal money? I don't know. You tell me. So, the key reversal pattern that we would see to be in play would prefer to be, I'd say, either like a bullish flag, something along those lines, or we'd prefer to see something in line with a fan reversal, right? A flat Fibonacci hit will do, and let it get creative. And sometimes people who pay too much attention to the technicals, right? You guys know sometimes just a blind. I don't want to say blind, no blind entries, but just a solid Fibonacci entry sometimes will outdo the guys with the technicals. You guys know that. Now, if we're in some sort of an expansion here, let's look at this on the 1 minute. Let's see this. And I admit that fully, guys. Sometimes the technicals will surprise you. And it can feel like the majority of the time sometimes, if you guys are really, really focused and tuned into it. But sometimes you focus too hard. Or sometimes you're not in the right time frame, right? So now we'd like this to be a little bit more angled up. Let's take a look at this. And it is. And we have the contradiction of the candle wick. All right? Well, we can deal with this technically. Again, we have this triangulation, symmetrical triangulation. Okay? And I'm going to put just a fib wedge on it so you can understand, like a classic symmetrical triangulation. We'd like to see it. Let me just draw it out as we would any triangulation so you don't have to worry about the Fibonacci's involved in it. Fibonacci are growth dynamics within the triangulation always. When I draw a Fibonacci wedge, it's because they have implications. Okay, it's not just because I want to draw something fancy on the screen. They have implications on your patterning. Okay, so to the extent that we have, and I'll just do this, to the extent that we have another, okay, reverse symmetrical triangulation here on the candle wicks. Okay, we've been dealing with this 2-3 times, right? We have 2 or 3 of these in the context of what we looked at tonight. Now, symmetrical triangulation, we would look at in the context of something like this, right? We would like a standard symmetrical triangulation to be something like this. Now, these, if you trade these, are I normally say this to the VIP. This thing's got to need to be a monster to beat this to the upside, right? We'd rather find a different pattern. And for the times that it operates as a good replacement for a bull flag, I would just say, guys, that we prefer a bull flag. There's nothing wrong with a bull flag. But that is technically indicated right now. Is Elliott Wave International always on their are they always on their A game? I don't know, guys. Not always. Not always. To the extent that you'll be missing a fifth wave, or man, I'm missing a, what am I supposed to do here? I'm missing a like, even, I've got a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have my 5. There's just a lot of ways Elliott Wave can get can become frustrating to trade in terms of those expectations, but sometimes it works beautifully. So we pay attention. This is on the 1 minute, okay? And I would have liked to have seen, as I look at this, I just noticing we have this. I would prefer to see a flat top and at least some sort of a triangulation in terms of the ascending line of support. I do note that we have just some complicated technicals right now. Probably just needs some additional. If you guys hit down in your 786, congratulations. Your cleanest right now is going to be, and it's really even contradictory there because we do have that expanding wedge or that reverse symmetrical triangulation. What I would say right now is if you hit your downside target, congratulations on that macro range dating, let's say, the past 100 days or so. If you hit into that, congratulations. If you didn't, you're looking for a clear trade, guess what? To the extent that you have one or don't have one here, and this is where it's going to clean up, guys, in terms of what is here. I'll tell you this. VIP have a strategy very clearly put forward to trade these. And if you don't already, I don't know if you've been too busy in the back and you haven't been trading these, this is a circumstance we have seen so many of these guys fail to the downside in the context of the last 100 days, really the last 400. I'll repeat that again. And to the extent that we're looking for a quick recoup or a further departure, allowing us to increase the level of profitability that we could have on the trade, I'm excited about it, period. I'm just excited about it. Further we get out, the better for me. Guys, watch your RSI, levels of interaction. Typically, we have some interaction at that level. And if you guys have definitely your fibs, you got your fibs, right? The other aspect, and I say an advanced, more of an advanced feature that you could look into here in terms of your targets, right? Your targets to the downside. And we can work on this in the back. I'll give you guys something in the back. But your targets to the downside could include Fibonacci's extended to the downside in addition to your actual retracements. Okay? You guys know this. And the VIP have in the back the actual very well laid out line here. Boom. This is another approach that you can look at to increase your entries in a zone where you have a little bit of ambiguity in terms of where I should start with my Fibonacci's and you don't have enough entry levels. When you say extensions to the downside, what you're doing is allowing for the framework of the Fibonacci sequences to be computed into these the parameters of your downside targets. If you don't have enough in terms of your retracements, okay? And I think that's important. I'm in a few minutes behind the live, I think, but you asked what is most likely after the red day. Green Day. Oh, okay. I see. Green Day. I thought that was a band. No band. Gotcha. Look at him plugged in. Sean, plugged in. Bam. You're going to do well, brother. You're doing really great. Got to tell you, you're doing great, Sean. In terms of VIP, Sean is it, guys. He's busy. He's got business, etc., and he's doing well. You guys see the trades he's booking. He's doing a great job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in the back with VIP. We're going to do our own deal. You guys understand complications exist, and to the extent that you can take advantage of those, they're there for your utility in the market, guys. To the extent that that you're fragmented and you're in 15 different directions and you're always looking for, let's say, the right answer, you never find it and you can't compute it for yourself, we want you to compute it for yourself. We want you to be the authority in TA. We want your desk and your solution to be on your desk. And that's what VIP is all about. I want to shout out to Crystal Ball, new VIP. Luke, I appreciate your input tonight. And guys, when I say that stuff, it's not a tagline. I'm not selling anything. You should see these guys developing in the back. You should see how quickly Sean is developing and booking trades in the back. I'm talking about 50 X's. Boom, short, bam, short. He's been all over this stuff, guys. We had one triple digit, 155, was it? 155 booked today in the back, 155%. If you guys are looking for the right group, we hope you think it's this group. And if you think it's another group, we hope you join the other group. Bottom line, we're not competitive like that. But to reframe, remember, support, resistance, cross-trend line, right? Difficult moment there. Difficult moment, and bam. We just failed. Guys, people sold it. Resistance. Buy it, support. Sell it, resistance. trade your patterns and hit your targets. You guys know that. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'll cut you a tape if you need such. I'll go for the targets in the back with VIP. And I want to challenge all of you in terms of the hedge. Carrying a short and a long at the same time. When would you do that? Under what conditions? What degree of leverage would you have? I want to start thinking in that mindset and advance our group beyond just is it going to go up or is it going to go down? No, targets below for longs, above for shorts, right? In terms of acquisition for longs below, shorts above. Cover yourself on both into the equation while holding a hedge position. I just want you guys to focus on that. I want you to think in that regard. How would you frame the solution to that, the equation? What variables would it have in it, right? We'll go through more of that in the residual of 2022. I want to shout out to VIP. Guys, you're awesome. Way to go on this. If you are not in VIP and you took advantage of that information that we distributed last night, boom, this specific level of resistance we were at, congratulations. A, B, be cool, and B, VIP. We'd like to see that, and you guys are number one. If you guys want to see your picture up there as well. VIP, guys. We'll talk to you soon. This is London, and you'll have another. Make sure you have your notifications on in case I need to get you something important. Talk to you soon, guys. Thanks so much for your time. And Sean and Luke, special